Hello! What is going on, YouTube? Yes, it is me, the Persian guy. I returned to do another video. Yes, now, my planned video for today was going to be talk about Extreme Rules. I was going to do the review with short clips and show you and talk about it, do star ratings, rate the event, and so forth and so on. Peter, the event was utter crap. It was so much shit that I couldn't even for you, how much as I love you, YouTube, I could not even watch the matches, even for you. Maybe in the future, I will love you more, so I'll be more willing to torture myself with crap WWE for your entertainment, so you don't have to watch it, just you can hear the Persian guy talk about it. So anyway, what I am going to do today is we're going to talk about the matches I did watch. And we'll talk about what I didn't watch, talk about Raw and SmackDown. Because even though I don't watch it, I watch highlights. I watch highlights of highlights. I watch very little just to know what is going on for when the pay-per-views are all around. I don't watch all of them. I will start because I love you. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first match I watched was AJ Styles and Rusev for the WWE title. So the match starts off. Rusev dominates the first half of the match, which I don't know. He dominates the match, which is very weird. But anyway, AJ Styles gets upper hand when he does a phenomenal forearm to the outside. Right after he throws Rusev in the ring and goes for a Styles Clash. And then Rusev gets out of it, so he goes for a calf crusher, which is countered by Rusev, and AJ Styles counters the counter. I got hair in my mouth there. AJ Styles counters the counter that Rusev just did for another calf crusher, which then is countered by Rusev into an accolade. And then AJ Styles counters the accolade for a calf crusher. So AJ Styles has the upper hand until Aiden English comes in and distracts him, and then Rusev hits the Machka kick, and then he gets a near fall. He goes for the accolade, but his knee is damaged because earlier on in the match AJ Styles attacked his knee quite a bit. Lost my spot here, have to check my notes. So he does a one knee accolade, which of course does not go well, and AJ Styles gets out of it. But in this madness, Aiden English exposes the steel part of the turnbuckle. He takes it off. So shortly after AJ has the upper hand, he does a 450 splash. He only gets a near fall. So Aiden English jumps on the apron, and AJ Styles, he takes out Aiden English. AJ Styles hits the phenomenal forearm. Before that, AJ Styles in the corner with the exposed turnbuckle, and Rusev goes to clothesline, and of course, anytime someone exposes the turnbuckle, it backfires on the person that exposed it. So Rusev gets his shoulder hit on it when AJ Styles moves out of the way, and AJ Styles does a phenomenal forearm to win the match. It was a garbage match. You missed nothing here. Very, very stupid. Very dumb. The next match I watched was Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler in a 30-minute Iron Man match with Drew McIntyre in Dolph Ziggler's corner. Nothing much happens. About 4 minutes into the match, Seth Rollins does a curb stomp to win the first fall. He does a buckle bomb to get the first fall. And then 3 minutes later, he gets a curb stomp to get another fall. Now the score is 2-0, and Rollins is winning. And then, 1 minute later, Seth Rollins is going for another curb stomp because he's stomping his foot on the ground. And then Drew McIntyre comes in and beats him up pretty badly. So now he gets another fall because of disqualification. So now the score is 3-0. But he continues the beatdown for another good minute or so. And then he does not get another point, which I don't know why. And then when the referee bans him, he does a Claymore kick and leaves. So he don't even get a point for that. He's been banned. He continues to assault him. I don't know what happened here. So the score is now 3-0. but not for long, because after that, Dolph Ziggler just crawls onto Seth Rollins to get the first fall, his first fall. So now it is 3-1. And then Dolph gets another one by doing a zigzag. So now the score is 3-2. Ziggler uses the rope about 4 minutes later. Ziggler, he gets Seth Rollins, he puts his foot on the rope to get another fall. So now it is tied 3-3. So about a minute later, Dolph Ziggler or Seth Rollins does like a modified Phenomenal Forearm, what it looks like, which was a pretty cool spot. And then Rollins gets to the outside, and it's like count 8, 9, and he barely makes it back in to beat the count. Rollins hits the frog splash, he kicks out and gets a near fall. So he does the super kick, the superplex, rolls through with the Falcon Arrow for another near fall. He goes for the curb stomp, but it is countered, and Dolph Ziggler gets another fall. And now, Dolph Ziggler, the score is tied at 3-3. No, the score is not tied. The score is 4-3. So the closing moments of the match, about 8 minutes left. Seth Rollins goes for a sharpshooter. Actually less than 8 minutes, like 3 or 4 minutes left. Seth Rollins goes for a sharpshooter. For about 30 seconds he has it, and then he goes for a crossface. He rolls back so Dolph Ziggler far away from the ropes, and then he lets go for some reason. If he would have kept it on, he probably would have eventually won, because there was like 2 minutes left. He goes for the curb stomp, but Dolph Ziggler moves and he hurts his knee again from over a year ago. But whatever, I guess it is his shtick now. So Dolph Ziggler hits the famouser, and but Seth Rollins kicks out. He does a curb stomp, and so Seth Rollins does a curb stomp to Dolph Ziggler, so he's about to go cover him, but before he can get the cover, time runs out. So it's 4-4, championship advantage. Because of a draw, Dolph Ziggler gets to keep his belt, which is very stupid. Or was it? Because Kurt Angle's music hit. We all know what he's going to say. We don't want to see a tie. My hometown of Pittsburgh, PA does not want to see a tie. So get your ass back in that damn ring, and the referee ring the bell, because we're going to sudden death. First fall wins the Intercontinental title, which is very cool, very excited. We get to see more Seth Rollins and Ziggler, which they put on a great match. But of course, before the referee gets in the ring and sees anything, or he's already in the ring, Drew McIntyre comes up on the ropes. Seth Rollins hits him with a knee. Dolph Ziggler hits a zigzag, and he wins. So what was the point if Kurt Angle coming out to restart the match if the result of the match wasn't going to change? I don't understand. Very stupid, very bullcrap finish. I mean, what was even the point? So anyway, continuing forward. Continuing on, the next match I saw. Okay, so the next match I saw was Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley, which was terrible. They had no chemistry. Bobby Lashley, even though he's been back for like 3 months or so, he has so much ring rust. This is incredible. He is such a terrible wrestler. I watched him a little bit in TNA. I don't know. He's just ring rust. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, not much happens. About 4 to 5 minutes into the match, Roman Reigns hits a drive-by. Bobby Lashley kicks out as 2. He gets thrown into the barricade. He tries to hit the stairs. And it's really funny. At one part, the crowd starts chanting boring. So, because it was a very boring match. 2 minutes after that, Bobby Lashley goes on the top rope. And he is sweating so much. I've never seen a wrestler sweat as much as Bobby Lashley. It was ridiculous. The amount he was sweating was ridiculous. We know that Brock Lesnar is, infamous for his ridiculous sweating in the ring. But Bobby Lashley, he was sweating even more. He was sweating, like I said, more than I've ever seen any wrestler sweat. It was weird, disgusting. I don't know what happened there. But so Roman Reigns goes for the Superman punch after Lashley jumps down off the top rope. He don't hit, no contact. Lashley counters the Superman punch, and then Roman counters Lashley's spear. Then Lashley throws Roman on the table, on the announce table, and it didn't even break because he didn't take off the covering, and he kind of hit the corner. It looked like a very nasty spot. But anyway, he recovers because he has Superman, so he hits him with the Superman punch. But then after that, Lashley kicks out. He gets up and he does a spear, and the spear that he did was the most terrible. I have never seen a spear look so bad. Bobby Lashley is a terrible wrestler. I wish he had never come back. But anyway, Lashley wins. So before continuing with the review, I just want to say that I didn't watch Raw. I watched the highlights. I'll get into why I even watched the highlight. I watched the opening segment actually, and then I watched the highlights, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But anyway, there were 2 triple threat matches. Roman Reigns wins one, Lashley wins one. So next week on Raw, you get Lashley versus Roman Reigns. You get a match where the crowd out chanted boring. What the F, WWE? I don't understand. What the shit? Your product is shit, and you don't care. That makes me angry. You're shit, WWE. You shit, and that's why I only watch highlights of highlights, because you make me angry, WWE. I do not love you. I do not love you. Anyway, continuing on with the review. The next match was probably, not probably, it was the best match that I watched. So probably the best match on the card, which Alexa Bliss defends his title against Nia Jax in an Extreme Rules match. So that was by far, I don't know by far, but it was the best match that I watched. It was very, very, very enjoyable. So anyway, the first spot that the first awesome spot, because yeah. So at the beginning of the match, Mickie James is in Alexa Bliss's corner, and Natalia is in Nia Jax's corner, and Mickie James hits Nia with the kendo stick. Okay, that's cool. One shot. She tries to hit her again. She catches the kendo stick, breaks it in half. With Extreme Rules match, but whatever. The match does get better. So Mickie James and Alexa Bliss are just grabbing weapons from under the ring, chairs, trash can legs, throwing them in the ring, keep throwing them in the ring. So the first awesome spot was Nia Jax picks up Alexa Bliss, and she has a military press and throws her ribs first into a trash can, and the trash can just flattens, and it looked very, very painful. She sold it very, very bad. Illuminati, I know, but whatever. Anyway, and then shortly after, she gets Alexa Bliss gets a trash can lead and hits Nia Jax. Hits Nia Jax like, I don't know, 7-8 times. Hits her a lot. She took a lot of nasty shots. Then about 2 minutes later, Nia Jax falls onto a trash can, and she's effectively out of the match. I don't know why she didn't go for the pinfall. She's just resting there. Natalia gets involved, and Alexa Bliss and Mickie James, this double team on Natalia, and they're just beating the crap out of her, and of course, you know, when Ronda Rousey was there, she was suspended, but she's there. She bought the ticket, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, she goes in there and she kills Mickie James. She just beats the living shit out of her. It is ridiculous. But then we get she beats the crap out of her, but no security comes out, nothing. I don't know. So she's not suspended. She's suspended. She's not suspended. I do not. I not know. I don't know this information. But anyway, Mickie James gets involved again. Yeah, Nia Jax gets a chair shot, and Alexa Bliss retains the title. The match was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Ronda Rousey getting involved, I saw that coming. Not really surprised, but whether her involvement or not, it was a good match. So anyway, the reason why I watched Raw was because Kurt Angle on Extreme Rules, he said that he gave Brock Lesnar ultimatum. He said either you show up on Monday Night Raw, or you come to terms with your next title defense, or I will strip you of the title. So Monday Night Raw comes on, Kurt Angle comes out, And he says, okay, I have not heard from Brock in 24 hours, so Brock Lesnar, I'm stripping up the title. He already says the words, Paul Heyman must have missed his cue. He comes out, he says, the Beast, whatever, my long introduction for Brock Lesnar is, points at the entrance ramp, not here tonight. Okay, obviously, I know he wasn't there. But he says, we will we will defend at SummerSlam, whatever, I don't remember the specifics, but Kurt Angle said, if your client does not defend the belt at SummerSlam, he will be stripped tonight. So we get the two triple threats. Lashley wins one, Roman Reigns wins one. So the fans get a match that was chanted boring, that they got a match at Backlash, which was Extreme Rules, which was boring because I watched it. So I don't know. I'm not going to watch it. I'm just going to watch who wins, so I can see who will face Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. But it really don't matter who wins and who wins that match, because Braun Strowman will cash in at Money in the Bank at SummerSlam. Braun Strowman will cash in. That's pretty much already there. And in the feud with Lashley Roman, one thing about the match I have to say, I actually do not know who's going to win. I have no idea. It could go either way. I really do not know. But either way, even though the winner will be surprising, the match will be boring. It will be shit. So I don't know. Also, I think it's worth to note that Lashley and Roman Reigns did not main event Extreme Rules. Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins did, so that's another positive that we got at Extreme Rules. But anyway, I know this video was lackluster. I just kind of threw it together at the last minute so I can get a video out within this week. But my next video will be better. I don't know what the next Ring of Honor pay-per-view is called, but it is in 5 days, 4 or 5 days. Today's Tuesday, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, in 3 days. So I will do a review on that, an actual review, short clips. I will watch all the matches, and we will do that. So till next time, this has been your boy, the Persian guy, whose real name is not important. Now get out of here.